Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about building your value ladder. And that's number 3 in the steps of building your wedding sales machine. And by now, you should have committed to excellence. And then your second piece to that is you've built some incredible lead magnets. Maybe you're doing a giveaway, or maybe you're doing a coupon code or something like that that's driving people to the one place. You're setting lots of hooks. We talked about this in the second module there of leads and links everywhere. You've done that, and now you're getting people into your funnel. And one day I'm going to come out with a course about building a sales funnel, because that is crucial in this process. But essentially, it's kind of what you're doing here, only it's not as robust as maybe the sales funnel that I've built or you've seen in different places. But basically what you're doing is you're gathering people to one place, and you're sending them to this spot so that they can see one thing, and that's your value ladder. That is the place where they have landed. They can see your products, and now they're beginning to understand what it is about you that they love, that they want to interact with. And then ultimately they're going to book an appointment, and you're going to close the deal. So today we're going to jump into building that value ladder, and I'm going to show you an example of my personal site and just walk through that, talk about just sort of why we landed where we landed, and then offer you some helpful resources to build your value ladder. One thing that you've received in your, when you bought the wedding sales guide, even those who just picked up the guide itself, the first piece, the overview, and aren't digging into this course right now, you have access to an interview that I conducted with a podcast that I used to host called Cash Flow for Wedding Pros with a lady by the name of Kelly Mortimer. And when I think about Kelly, I think about value ladders. When I think about Kelly, I think about a consultant who helps with pricing and really dials in what's happening with wedding clients and really getting into the mindset of wedding clients. And Kelly and I had a great conversation. It's about 25 minutes about building a value ladder and what that means. So I highly recommend that after you watch this video, you go see that interview with she and I. If you have not already, it's inside of your member content. So make sure that you go do that. I put that in there because I refer back to that interview all the time. I think about things that Kelly and I talked about, and I refer back to it. I make sure that that's what we're doing with Ozark Mix. That's what we're doing with Ozark Picks, my photo booth company. And I know it's going to help you. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump in. Why a value ladder? Why? Well, here's why. Is the thought process around this, you guys, is instead of simply taking in information from the client and building a customized proposal, a customized quote, and then sending it to them thinking, well, this is how much this stuff costs. You want ceremony, so I'm going to add ceremony in there. You want cocktail hour, so I'm going to add cocktail hour in there. You want some lights for your dance floor, I'm going to add those lights. You want a DJ for your reception. It's going to last 4 to 5 hours. This is how much that costs. And then you build that proposal and you send that off to that client, and you cross your fingers and you're like, I hope they find value in this, and I hope they book me. Now, sometimes you get lucky. I know I did when I was first starting out. I did not have a value ladder. I did not build value in this way that we're going to talk about. I basically just took what I thought things cost, how I could be profitable. I put them in a proposal, and I sent them to a client. Now, the proposal looked great. It did its job. It communicated what it was, and we got some clients that way. But it wasn't until I employed this method was when we really started seeing sales go this direction and people just totally aligning with what we were doing. And so here's what I did. I highly recommend this method. I highly recommend that you follow this and put these practices in place because I really think that it's going to help you be really profitable. Okay, so as I looked at it, just know this, okay? And your business model may be different than mine, but mine is we want to kind of be on the upper tier of our pricing in our market, because the clients that we want as customers at Ozark Mix are folks that typically are using a venue that is higher priced. Their guest count is a little bit more, or they're doing, what I would call plated dinner guests, where everybody's being served and waited on and that sort of thing. And it's just more of an upscale, definitely, you're wearing a suit and tie to this wedding, right? That is the client that we're looking for. We really love those. We think that that's in our wheelhouse. And the way that we built that around is the way that we present ourselves. So, our booths are customized. We offer a set of lighting that is incredible, up lights, dance floor lights, and then a customized set list where all of our DJs, are turntablists, and they really, really put a lot of time and effort into building custom set lists for each wedding. And so that's the client that we wanted to go after, and where we landed on our perfect client, our customer avatar. And to do that, I realized really quickly that I needed to take the guesswork out of our clients' hands and really provide them sort of an all-in-one solution that allowed me to use all of the equipment that I'd already purchased, and for me to enhance the experience that they're going to have and drive revenue up. Okay. And so the way that I did that was building packages. And if you're not using packages in your value ladder, I highly recommend that you look into doing packages instead of a la carte pricing. Because you can add things into these packages to where it really seems to the client that it makes such a good decision to go with you and to pick the package, because you have everything that they need and they want. So what I've done with Ozark Mix, and what I really, really employ folks that I coach, is take everything that you've got. If you have if you offer, reception, ceremony, and cocktail, and then if you've bought some uplights and you offer uplights right now, maybe that you're using a la carte, and you do dance floor lighting, what I would suggest is to just jam all of those things into a package and promote that. That's your middle package. Now for us, we really have tested the market around here, and we're just slightly under about $2,000 for our most popular middle package. Okay. In fact, we're around $1,700, and this for us covers ceremony, cocktail, reception, a custom booth, uplighting, and dance floor lighting. Okay. That's what they get. And it's awesome because we're able to just put all of those things into this one package. We don't have to, try to be like, hey, do you want uplights? You want this? You want to upsell this kind of stuff? We don't even do that. We just put them all in the middle package. And that's the one that we want everyone to land on, because there's a couple of reasons. The psychology in me wants to make sure that when we're at a wedding and we're performing, that any of our team, there's photographers around everywhere. There's people sharing on social media. I want people that are taking pictures to take pictures of the equipment that I love and that I know makes us look amazing. And so I want every one of our clients to pick this package, because it allows us to just come in, do an incredible job, and then everybody has a great time. Okay. Now, we offer a lower ticket package as well. And that is really just reception only. That's the route that we have gone. Now, you could offer a lower package and just scale a couple of those things back. You could still offer ceremony, cocktail, all those things. Maybe you remove uplights. Maybe you remove a customization piece. But at any rate, you're going to land on another one that is a little lower quality of product and pricing, but still you're allowed a lot of margin there. So where you're making good margin, you're charging what you're worth. and that sort of thing. So for us, we've labeled that package as really more of a reception only package. And then if people start talking to us about wanting ceremony and cocktail, then we're like, hey, the best thing for you to do is to just jump into this middle package, which we call the Ozark. And that way you get all these things, and you know, reception's covered and ceremony, cocktail, all the things. So we just kind of land into that middle package. And then the third one is this like over the top package where for us, we contract with another vendor that has this light up dance floor, and then we throw in a photo booth and we give them a CO2 cannon and all the things. And we have about 20% of our clients go this route. They pick this package, but it is huge. It's over the top. It's called the Reserve. And it's almost twice, in fact, it is over twice as much as the middle package. And why do I do that? It's called value stacking. What I'm doing is I'm letting people see every single package that we offer. They see the big ticket item. They're like, wow, I really love all those things. They see the lower ticket item. They say, wow, that's cool, but I really want, you know, a little bit more customization. And then boom, they land right there in the middle of our sweet spot where we love, and they pick the middle package. And that's what we offer them. And that's what we send them as a proposal. And so let me show you what I'm talking about, what I do on our website. And I cannot stress this enough. And we've talked about this. I talked about this in the first wedding sales machine video that you got, that we publish our prices everywhere, no matter what. We tell everybody how much we cost. Why? Because we want to identify with our perfect client. If they think it's too expensive, that's okay. I don't need to convince anybody what my prices are. I'm not dropping my prices. I'm just not. I'm not going to drop my prices. If you want to interact with Ozark Mix, if you want Ozark Mix at your wedding, then this is what you pay. And so that allows us to recognize this is the client for us. If they're willing to take the next step, book a call with us. They have seen our pricing. They know exactly where it is, what we're doing. They see our value, and they book a call. And that it just warms the lead up, you guys. It just allows us as salespeople, because that's who we are. We're running a business. We're trying to sell our services. It allows us to warm them up. And then when we tell them pricing, they're not shocked because they've already seen it. Okay, they've already seen what we do. So let me show you, you guys, real quick, what our website looks like. When I have people, I have two really, lead magnets out there, and both of them, again, like we mentioned in the second module, is they point to this page right here. Okay, this is where they land on these two lead magnets. So let me show you what our site looks like. Okay, boom, they come right here, and this is our, you can see up here, this is our weddings page. And it's saying, boom, that's exactly who we are. And so we scroll up, they could right away, there's a call to action there. So here we are. Then we scroll through. I need to talk, honestly, here's a live critique. I need to talk to my team. I'm not sure why we have a photo booth picture on our weddings website when we're booking with DJ. This makes more sense on our photo booth page. I'm not sure why that's there. We need to fix that. So here we go, live coaching. But anyway, on this part of our page, we actually talk about what our values are and what they can expect when they come to Ozark Mix. But then finally, here's the bread and butter, you guys. This is what everybody's looking for. Okay, so our packages, again, market-based pricing. Market-based pricing. I get it. You might be looking at here and be like, Russ, this is too cheap. It's not too cheap for here, okay? It's not too cheap for here. It might be too expensive. It might be too expensive. You're like, Russ, you're way overpriced. I don't know what it is. Your market, you got to do the research for there. This is where we've landed. This is 2022 pricing, so you can see this now. 2023 will probably look different just because it's freaking too expensive to buy gas right now. So anyway, you can see here that I kind of do some nuances here in this packaging. Like everybody's having a great time. I cannot emphasize smiling, happy people on your website. This is important. And these are not stock photos. These are actual events that we've done. And so man, I love these photos. I love what we got going on, but you can see here that our oak tree package is our first one. Okay. And you can see, I'm sorry that I keep doing that. You can see that this is what we offer in Oak Tree, reception audio. I really hammer kind of reception. So they recognize that, it's going to cost more if they need me to do ceremony. And so they don't get any up lights. They just get the dance floor lights. But then if you come over here to Ozark, which this is where we want to land, that's ceremony audio, cocktail. And you guys, here's what I've figured out. Now this might not be for you, and maybe you want to streamline your business, but my ceremony rig is my cocktail rig. Okay. So we run battery powered Maui 5 Goes, and I literally pick them up, take them to the cocktail space and drop them off. So it is an act of maybe a minute, but my client thinks that it is like work. It's like a ton of work, right? Although it's not. It's the same ceremony setup that I'm moving into another space as I'm exiting the ceremony, and I'm leaving my iPad that I already used for ceremony to run cocktail. And I plug up a handheld microphone if I need to make announcements. It's amazing. So that's what I do. But my client doesn't know that. They're not a DJ. They don't run sound. They think that it's another setup and that it adds value. What am I doing? I'm creating a value ladder. I've gone down from this level. Now we're stepping up to this middle level. And now we're at, you can see venue up lighting, dance floor lighting, custom booth of choice. They get a dance set. Whereas at the Oak Tree, they're like, oh, I couldn't pick my custom booth. Man, that stinks. I wonder how much a custom booth costs. Well, then you start moving up the ladder, right? You go to the reserve. And then we say everything from the Ozark package, plus you get a photo booth, you get the dance floor, the CO2 can, and you're like, man, that's really cool. It's another $2,000, but it's pretty awesome. But I still like that middle package. It comes with ceremony, but I wonder if I could save some money. Oh, Russ has a la carte pricing. Now, you guys, I said, don't send out proposals that have things itemized. Make packages. But I did not say that you shouldn't publish your prices that are a la carte. Why? Because you can show in psychology, in this sales psychology that you're doing with your client, you can show how much those things cost if they bought them on their own. If you notice, Oak Tree is $12.95. If they wanted to add ceremony and cocktail, it'd be another $500, and they would be more expensive than if they just went with the Ozark. Does that make sense? The Ozark package is where we want to land. So I price things to where if they start adding them up, they cost more than the package that I want them in. Okay. If they needed to, like on Oak Tree, again, if they want a booth, they have to add another $400, which equals Ozark. But Ozark comes with venue uplighting and this customized booth. So again, I'm just creating, you have to play with what you're doing in your business, and this is what we're doing. But just start thinking about the things that you maybe are doing a la carte, package those things together. And what you're doing, you guys, is we're simply adding value at every single level. Okay. So before people even come to the call with me, they have looked at this ladder. They've probably chosen a package, and they've hit book your date, and they filled out a contact form. That's what they've done. Okay. So let me reiterate. This is 20 minutes of a blitz. What I want you to do is I want you to write down all of your services, everything that you do, give it a value, create your packages, and I want you to kind of reach a little bit here, okay? I want you to get to a place to where when you're presenting this, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, where you're like, man, that pricing just seems a little too much. Go there and then maybe back it down just a hair. But think about that when you're putting packages together, and I promise you, it's just going to make you more money. I got to say this in all honesty and truthfully, that every time we raise our prices, we get more business. And I'm constantly challenged to push the envelope a little bit with pricing. because I think that we over deliver on every event, which is part of that number one of mindset of commitment to excellence. And you are too. Like, you're great at what you do. Okay. So don't be afraid of hitting a price point that is higher than what maybe you're charging right now. But I really think that as you move into this sales process, you really just set your clients up so well when you build packages, and publish your prices everywhere. Like I said, all of our lead magnets have our prices. Okay. Everywhere we're advertising, Google has our prices. Our website has our prices. Our email list has our prices. The Knot, Wedding Wire has our prices. Style Me Pretty has our prices everywhere. Our podcast has our prices. Our YouTube channel prices, everything. And so I want you guys to get into that mindset. And then secondly, build this value ladder, place a ton of value in that middle package that you want to sell the most of, and maximize your profits in there. And I know that you're going to be successful. Again, another just piece to this is that Kelly Mortimer training that I want you to go and do, because she does an incredible job of breaking the explanation down around creating this value ladder. Every client is walking through these steps, and I promise you, this is going to help them make a decision, because you offer them these 3 packages, only 3. Don't do like a ton. Stick with 3. Help them narrow things down, narrow your focus, and I know your profits are going to go up, and I know your sales are going to increase because you've created value. They see value in what you're doing, and they can't help but book you. So congratulations, you're on your way. That's step 3. Step 4 is coming, and I'll see you guys on the next one.